Hi all, this is a continuation of previous session where we were discussing about HTTP service in Angular. So in our previous session, we actually made a get call to our server to fetch the employee list, and we showed it in our application. The employee list, we showed it in our application. Now as a best practice, we will be moving that HTTP call to our own service, where we will be hosting many other calls like add employees, list employees, delete employees, all that service we will add to that, rather than putting that HTTP client in every place. Like you put that HTTP client in employee add, employee list, employee delete. Instead of doing that way, we will put the HTTP client only in our HTTP service, and we will use that HTTP service in all our components for doing our things like employee add or employee delete or list. Okay, to do that, let me create my own service. I will say ng generate service. I will call it as maybe backend HTTP service something. Okay, backend HTTP service. I'm just naming it. So it has created my backend HTTP service for me. So you should be able to see that. You should be able to see that service. Okay. So this is the service. As I created through Angular CLI, it is also has injected that into my providers so that it will be available for me to inject anywhere. Okay. Let me now copy paste whatever we wrote before in employee list component.ts, because as a best practice, we should have all the HTTP calls in our own service, and we should inject the HTTP client only there, not everywhere, every component. Okay, let me have this, call this get employees. What I will do is I will just return this get employees. Other thing, observable subscription can happen in my own component. Other thing I missed in that is, I will go to that service. So this HTTP need to be injected. So what I need to mention, as we did in previous session, I have to say it as HTTP client. Can auto import. Okay. So this is wrong actually. It should be from Angular. It has done it from Selenium WebDriver. I don't want that. So now it is correct. It has done it from Angular Common HTTP. Okay. Let me now our backend service is ready. I have put that call to our service. So let me use this service there instead of injecting the HTTP client directly here. I will just inject my service. Okay. Now using this service, I can do the HTTP call. Okay. I've injected to the same variable, and I will use the getEmployees method of that service to call, and this will return a observable. Okay, to that observable I'm subscribing. That's what I'm doing here. Now also I should be seeing the data. Okay, what I've done, this is a call to the my own service. So this will call getEmployees in my service, and this basically will do the HTTP call, and it will return the observable, and that observable I am subscribing here. And basically I should be receiving the data, and this.employees I am assigning to data. I am assigning to this.employees. Let me check whether I am able to see the. Now, right now we are able to see the data. So I hope you understand. We actually moved that logic, whatever we had in which was particular to a component, to outside. We were created a separate service for HTTP, and we moved all the HTTP logic inside that, so that any component can use that, and we need not insert that HTTP client in each and every model where we require to make a HTTP call. Instead, we will inject our own service which was written for HTTP service. Okay, thank you. Kindly subscribe.